Hi everyone, this is Arvind Upadhyay. I am your host at Arvind Upadhyay Show podcast. You can search me on Google, go to the Arvind Upadhyay official website to explore more. This podcast is brought to you by Arvind Upadhyay Books and Arvind Enterprises Group. Check out the website Arvind Enterprises Group. Talk with the customer representative at Arvind Enterprises Group. They are based on each and every sectors and industries, so we can work with the Arvind Enterprises Group with the franchisee, independent partnership and much more. So let's deep in this episode. I am your host Arvind Upadhyay. This is my advice for the managing social media. Technology and internet are wonderful things to speed up transactions. They are wonderful things to connect people, to spread information. Absolutely, but it's very, very difficult to form a strong human bond through the internet. Just like we talk about with the blog, word and internet can live alongside the technology, can live alongside the human experience, but it cannot replace the human experience. Your friend are not on the Facebook, and your network is not on the LinkedIn. You are not having any conversation on a blog, and you are not having a dialogue on Twitter. Those are not human experiences. If you compare the way we actually have conversation, where we interrupt each other, we advance ideas versus the way people communicate. Online is a sort of my idea, that's a good idea, Steve. If you agree with my idea, hey, you are an idiot, my idea, an idea. And if you ask any retailer on the planet who is ever come out with a blog for their customer to give feedback, the number of the innovation that have come out of the feedback from those blogs, the answer is zero. None, because people just use it, complain and moan. There is no vulnerability and there is no risk in doing these all things online, which is the reason we put ourselves out there. Like that risk require this, vulnerability require this, and when you feel this, that's someone willing to tell you something genuinely about who they are. So you can start to form a strong bond. Trust, there is something called a parasocial relationship. And the relationship is when we know a lot about each other. We start to learn about each other. In parasocial relationship is one person know more about the other person, then they know about you, and you start to form a strong bond. Except it's a one-sided. This is what happened with the fame, with the celebrities. We know all about them, but they don't know even that we exist, and we know about their lives, we know about their social lives, we know who they are dating, we know about their career, and we follow them as if they are our friends. We call them we are on the first name basic with them, right? We call them by their first name, as if we know them. Is a power social relationship where we feel that we know them, but they don't know us. The problem is all those feelings associated are absolutely real. They feel absolutely real, and opportunity for innovation is not to just tell people in the outside world, do this, to do that, do this, and do this. Opportunities to bring people together. So the feeling is mutual. So we work together to advance a problem. So we work together to get to that fishing village, because our own survival depend on it. If people don't feel that you are in it as well as with them, if they don't believe that you believe what they believe, then there is not going to be any strong human bond. The opportunity is to articulate your vision of the future that does not yet exist yet. What's your vision? So what is the fishing village? Or you putting it towards so clearly that other people can understand it as clearly as you can, and they can tell other about it. They want to go there and they will risk blood and sweating tears to help you get there, not for you but themselves, and they will watch your back and help you explore, just like that 16-year-old that you hire to babysit your children, because they get you, they understand you, they know you, that you are the same, that they know you. Believe what you believe. This is the goal. Human relationship, real trust, real loyalty, that is not the born out of product and services, but born out of the belief and values. I get to talk a lot to the kids and students for the high school and colleges and older, but it is now the younger generation is also going to be affected by this, and then some of them are suffering. They are starting with the deficiency. That is the responsibility that we have to share, that responsibility in helping them overcome. So we know that the engagement with the social media and our cell phone, when now these days a guy wake up at early morning, he just go on the his phone and check the social media. We know that engagement with the social media and our cell phone we are having each day, every day. Now when I wake up in the morning, my first job is that checking the emails, what is the new things, new things I have done, and what the emails I got. So this is the everyday routine we have gotten with the engagement of the social media. I am the author of the influence of social media. If you want to know deep about how influence the social media is having to our day-to-day life, then you can check out my book Influence of Social Media, that can help you better to understand the insightness and insightful about the how social media is affecting us and how social media is involving to our day-to-day life. So the thing is that we have to responsibility that we have to share and helping them to overcome. We know the engagement with the social media, our cell phone release chemical called dopamine. Okay, so when we use the social media, our brain release a chemical that is dopamine for the which we feel more engaging and more fulfillment and happiness with the dopamine. And when you watch the reels on the Facebook, that dopamine releases from your brain, so you feel the more entertaining and more happiness and flexibility with that. Even if some people that enjoy the entertaining like music and the dance, and that moment of the time they feel lots of the engaging and dopamine release happen in that body, so they feel the more relaxation and more happiness in them. So you get the text to feel good, and that is why we count the like, why we go back 10 times to see if we are going, if my Instagram is growing slower, I did it do something wrong to that they not like me anymore. Like the trauma for the young kids to unfriend, right? Because we know when we get it, you get the hit the dopamine. So when we post any post at Instagram, if we get the more like and more followers, we got dopamine and happiness, and that is the reason we are so connected with the social media, and that's becoming the routine due to the chemical dopamine. And back to the it's dopamine, exact same chemical that make us feel good when we smoke, when we drink, when we gamble. In other words, it is a highly addictive, right? We have age restriction on smoking, gambling and alcohol. We have no age restriction on social media and cell phone. We have an entire generation that has access to the addictive numbing to chemical dopamine through the social media and cell phone. As they are going through the high stress and adolescence, Why is this important? Almost every alcoholic discovered alcohol when they were teenagers. When we are very, very young, at the only approval we need is the approval of our parents, and we go through the adolescence. We make the transition where we now need to approve to our peers. Very frustrating for our parents. Very important to us to allow us to a culture outside of our immediate families into the border tribe, right? It is a highly stressful and anxious period for of our lives, and we are supposed to learn to rely on our friends. Some people quite by accident discover alcohol and numbing effect of dopamine to help them cope up with the stress and anxieties of the adolescence. Unfortunately, that become hardwired and in the brain, and for the rest of their life, when they suffer significant stress, they will not turn to a person, they will turn to the bottle. Social stress, financial stress, career stress. That's a pretty much the primary reason why an alcoholic drink, right? So what is happening is because we are allowing unfettered access to these dopamine producing devices and media. Basically, it's becoming hardwired, and what we are seeing is as they grow older, the too many kids don't know how to form the deep, meaningful relationship. Their words, not mine. They will admit that many of their friendships are superficial. They will admit that their friends, they don't count on their friends, they don't rely on their friends, they have fun with their friends, but they also know that their friends will cancel out them for something better come along. Deep meaningful relationship are not there because they never practice the skill set, and worse. So they don't have to coping mechanism to the deal with the stress. So when significant stress start to show up in their lives, they are not turning to a person, they are turning to a device, they are turning to the social media, they are turning to these things which offer temporary relief. And so the most important thing to do is to get rid of the device, get rid of the phone. You can try this by reading my book How to Stay Focused and Get Rid of the Distraction. You can use your phone to in the airplane mode and silent mode, and they keep you with not getting the notification or nothing like that. So the thing is that when you are engaging with another human being, so when somebody say, can I ask you a question, and you go what's on your mind, because of what it says is you have my attention. Remember, that's those chemical when somebody say, when we feel that somebody actually care about us. And if you don't have a pocket, you go to the shelf nearby, you put it down. Now you say, what's your mind? When someone comes into your office, you put the phone in, and the desk you turn off the monitor, you shut the laptop, you see that's what's on your mind, right? So what's happening is the kid now they go for the dinner with each other, hang out with each other at the lunch table with the each other, and the phones are out constantly, and now only they are just on the table, they are actually engaging with the people instead of the engaging with the people that they are with. So its meaning is that everybody now these days, from the kids to the parents, people from the young age, people from the adolescents, people from the professional, everybody is engaging themselves with the social media. They have their own page, website, and they always not talk with anyone, and they are actually not engaging with the people. They are actually being the away from the people they loved one and favorite. They don't know the what's a really relationship is. They are not actually learning how to make friends, they are not actually learning how to talk to people. So this is the problem, that the effect of social media, no one is understanding to how to make the friend and how to talk to people. So as I have talked to many kids about this, and let's say that they are using the Google map to get somewhere, and their phone die. Okay, so they will spend more time looking for a charger than simply asking somebody where to go, because they are afraid to talk to people. And for slightly older one, dating is same as you can swipe right, and that's you can get a date right. Like dating has been made so easy, so instant gratification, and this is a part of the problem, that they are growing up in the world of instant gratification, where if you want to buy something, you go on the Amazon, it's so up the next day. You want to watch a movie, you just log on and watch, and don't check movie time. You want to watch TV, you don't wait for it. So week to week you just being watch over a weekend. So what I want to get, if I want to get a date, you just log on the dating app and just go to problem. And so what's starting to happen is that accused to being entitled. Don't think that they have a sense of entitlement, and I think they are wonderful, smart, hardworking kids. I think what they have is not systematic impatience. And this is the advice which I want to give, that social media is influencing us and affecting to us, getting more stress and anxiety. But we can use social media for our success and for our goodness, for our value things, value propositions, and we can use it for promote our products, services, our lifestyle, and many things. This is depend on us how we are using this. So that satisfaction in the life, fulfillment, or even love and friendship happen just as immediately, and they don't it takes time. It's take unbelievable hard work. And the problem is that they are not learning the skill to make friends, they are not learning the skill to fall in love, they are not learning the skill to talk to people, they are not learning the skill to find fulfillment, because it's slow and it's boring and it's a human. We are starting to see the result. We are starting to see suicide on the rise. Nobody kill themselves because they are hungry, they kill themselves because they are lonely. We are starting to see school shooting on the rise. In 1960s there was one, 1980s there was 27, 58, past decade 120. So every year is getting more suicides everywhere, and people are destroying and killing themselves due to the depression, due to the many things. Like a human relationship is what make people they're happy. This is why solitary confidence is considered torture in many places. What we are doing is basically solitary confinement. We are when the taking the kid away from each other, and they are engaging with their phones more than anything else. If you are engaging with your phone more than anything else, you can follow my rule 8 hour for the sleeping, 8 hour for the work, and 8 hour for the other activity, 2 hour for exercise, 2 hour for family, 2 hour for playing, and 2 hour for entertainment. You can go to Arvind Upadhyay official website, and otherwise where I share my 888 rule, so you can follow that. So the thing is that definitely everybody is using the phone in school, cell phone everywhere, in work. No one want to talk with anyone, and this is the reason. Internet in the classroom, either whatever. And this internet can cause many problems, many stress to us. I always keep that use positively, the influence and the social media. And this was all about what I want to advise about social media. And if you want to learn and understand better yourself in the influencing of social media, how social media, read my book Influence of Social Media. Go on Google, search Arvind Upadhyay books. Go on Amazon, Flipkart, buy my books, Arvind Upadhyay books, and feel free to if you have any feedback, any question regarding, you can ask me always. connect with me on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for listening this episode.